He hits a grounder to second, double play ball. They throw it to second, and he hits this one a ton. Center field going back, and it is out of here. Chris Shaw with a two-run home run here in the bottom of the first. Welcome to Wild Hill Field here in Lexington, Kentucky. It is time for Genomes baseball, and this is the series we've all been waiting for, the Wild Hill Genomes versus the High Point Rockers. Good evening, everybody. I'm Steve Tressler. The Wild Hill Genomes come into this game 4.5 games out of the wild card race. The team that's beating them in the wild card race 4.5 games ahead, well, the High Point Rockers. So the Genomes have tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday to try to make up some ground. If some way the Genomes can win all 3 of these games and sweep the Rockers, they will have 6 games left and only be a game and a half behind in that wild card race, which is to say, if they can win 4 out of 6 and the Rockers somehow can only win 2 out of those last 6, the Genomes make the playoffs. That's a big if, but stranger things have happened, and when it comes to baseball, those things can happen at any time. Well, we are almost ready to get started here. It is 6:26 p.m. on September 9th, 2022. It's Friday, and it's Jersey Giveaway Day. So, folks, you're going to see a lot of those powder blue jerseys with pink numbers on them running around the stadium as we've given out 500 of those today. So all the kids running around here have got those powder blue jerseys on, and it would have been neat if the Genomes players wore their powder blue jerseys to match the kids in the stands today, but that's all right. They can bring those back for the next game. There should be one this weekend where the Genomes are wearing those jerseys, most likely tomorrow. There's a look at one of the jerseys right there. As you see those 2 kids sitting there on the edge wearing their powder blue Genomes jerseys, their legs hanging off, and careful of foul balls, kids. And that's over by the Mattress Overstock Warehouse. And there's another shot there, and that's behind the Genomes dugout. And there's microphone Mike Allison down there getting ready for the game tonight as the kids are all ready to go, and the Genomes are warming up. We'll talk about the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Rockers from High Point, North Carolina. Batting first, playing third base, is number 4, Michael Russell. Batting second, the second baseman, number 19, Michael Martinez. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 28, Jerry Downs. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 7, Logan Morrison. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 40, Xander Wheel. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 22, Quincy Lattimore. Batting seventh, playing center field, number 14, Ben Aklinski. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 1, Giovanni Alfonso. Batting ninth and catching, number 30, Logan Moore. And on the mound, number 33, the right-hander, Mitch Atkins, the big 6'4" hurler for the Rockers. And now for your home team, the Kentucky Wild Hill Genomes. Batting first, playing center field, number 9, Luke Becker. Becker in center field tonight. If you remember, Demetrius Moore has been chosen for the German national team and will be playing the World Baseball Classic for Germany. So congratulations to Demetrius. So Becker will be in center field tonight. Not his typical position. Usually he's second base, third base is where we see him, but he has the ability to play anywhere on the field. He is a good ball player, so I'm sure he'll pick up wherever he needs to. Batting second, the first baseman, number 34, Chris Shaw. Batting third, the DH, number 8, Chris Davis. Batting fourth, playing right field, number 25, Jimmy Paredes. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 20, Moises Sierra. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 10, Olmo Rosario. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 4, Gavin Johns. Batting eighth, catching, number 16, Austin Rye. Batting ninth, the third baseman, number 3, Clayton Melbauer. And on the bump for the Genomes, the big 6'8" right-hander, Max Povsey. Folks, we're just minutes away from first pitch. Hang with us here, and we will bring you Genomes baseball live from Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Be right back, everybody. Welcome back to Wild Health Field here in Lexington, Kentucky. I'm Steve Tressler. It is 82 degrees, clear, sunny, a few clouds moving around in the sky, but nothing to be worried about. There is 0% chance of rain according to the weather report. So we are just about ready for baseball here in Lexington, Kentucky. It is time for baseball in the bluegrass. And Kentucky, which is a basketball state, has had a resurgence in football. Well, one thing they also have is championship baseball. Over the last 3 years, the Lexington Legends have won the championship twice in the South Atlantic League and once here in the Atlantic Professional League, the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball, the partner league of Major League Baseball. So for the last 3 years, the championships in Lexington were not basketball teams or football teams, but right here on the diamond, the baseball teams. And we are almost ready, though, this time, though, to have the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes wearing their electric pink, powder blue, and white. Get ready to take on the High Point Rockers. These teams both fighting it out, as we talked about. The start 4.5 games separate them in the wild card race, and there's only 9 games left in the season. So the Genomes need to get really hot and hope the Rockers get really cold all at the same time. The Montgomery County All-Stars are the Field of Dreams team, as you see down there on the right of your screen, and they are going to run out to the positions on the field with the people playing those positions from the Genomes. So they'll run out with one of those Genomes players out to their position. The umpiring crew down there on home plate today. Right there's a shot of them. And we'll get you the names that go with those faces here in just a second. But we want to thank you for joining us for Atlantic League Baseball. And we are about to have the singing of the national anthem, after which we have the first pitch, and we'll be ready for baseball, folks. Thanks for joining us. This is Kentucky Wild Health Genomes Baseball right here from Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. Be right back, everybody. Well, there is the playing of the national anthem, and the Field of Dream teams running back out off the field, the Montgomery County All-Stars. And that had to be a neat feeling for those kids to have the opportunity to run out there on a pro baseball field and run out with some of these big names here. Bob Howard will be behind the plate today. Daryl Morton Jr. will be over at first base. As you get a look at him on the left of your screen there. And there's Max Povsey, the big 6'8" right-hand thrower for the Genomes on the mound. Povsey throws between 84 and 88 with that fastball. Sometimes gets it up around 90 when he gets really going. And he's got a test tonight because he's going to be facing a very hot High Point Rockers baseball team, which comes in here with a 67-56 record and a 4.5 game lead in that wild card race. Rockers are managed by Jamie Keith. They are located in High Point, North Carolina. Average attendance for them is about 1,900 a game in the Atlantic League as one of the partner teams. The Kentucky Wild held Genomes. Average attendance about 1,470. They are managed by Mark Minikazi in his first season as manager. His team 62-60. 2 games over 500. With 10 games in the season left for the Genomes, 9 left for the Rockers. And first up will be Michael Russell. Russell and Luke Becker share a interesting statistic. They both have hit for the cycle this year, which is something very odd for 2 guys to do in the same season in the same league. Well, Michael Russell steps in batting .279, 7 homers, 47 RBIs. And the first pitch to him is strike one right down the middle from Povsey, 92 miles an hour. The big man is fired up. And that one popped up into the air and sails foul. Michael Russell leads the team, actually second on the team, I should say, in stolen bases. He's stolen 17 bases this year. He has not been caught stealing. Ben Aklinski with 1 more steal than him with 18. He has been caught 4 times, but nobody's ever thrown out Michael Russell stealing a base. And that pitch there is hit into left center field for a base hit. And the leadoff batter is on for the Rockers here at Wild Hill Field. Today was jersey giveaway, and at some point during the game, we're going to show you what those jerseys look like, but you can probably look into the stands there, and if you look for those powder blue jerseys some of those kids have on, well, those are it. So kind of cool those kids got to have there's a jersey right there in the background. See that gentleman's wearing his up there in the stands. 1 ball, no strikes here to Michael Martinez, 281 batter, 7 home runs. 296 batter, 5 home runs. I was reading Russell's line. 30 RBIs. Here's the 1-0. He shows bunt, and that one looked pretty good. 2 balls, no strikes. Bob Howard says, no, that's a ball. Nice crowd out here for a Friday night, 82 degrees. Most of the seats are in the shade, so everybody should stay pretty cool. Here's the 2-0. Kicks and fires, and this one chopped down towards first, over the head of Chris Shaw, and into right field for a base hit, and picked up and fired to second after it makes its way all the way down to Jimmy Paredes in right field. So a runner at first and a runner at third now for the Genomes, or for the Rockers. So back-to-back hits, one by Martinez, one by Russell, and they are in business with runners on the corners for the designated hitter, Jerry Downs. Jerry Downs leads the team in home runs. He's got second on the team in home runs, 21 home runs, behind Xander Wheel, who has 29, 79 RBIs. but he does lead the team in batting average, 307. So he's hitting for average and for power for the Rockers. That ball hits straight away center field. Luke Becker giving chase, going back, and into the crush zone sign, and that's home run number 22 for Jerry Downs, and that will be RBIs number 80, 81, and 82 for the designated hitter for the Rockers, and they have jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and they continue to do what they've been doing all year, and that is rocking you. That should be their song, We Will Rock You. I'm pretty sure it's because, let's see, the mountains there. Maybe that's why they're called the Rockers. Live Point Rockers, maybe. 3-0 score here, nobody out. And Logan Morrison steps to the plate. So Ashley Grigsby went into full nerd mode just now and chomped at me. Swinging a miss there. She said, no, it's not because of rocks. It's because they make rocking chairs there. All right. She said furniture, and I said rocking chairs, and she said, yeah. All right. Hey, no big deal. I was trying to give you full credit for the rocking chairs thing. And this one chopped foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Logan Morrison. If you're just joining us, like Eric Tyler, hello, Eric Tyler. Welcome to the broadcast. Colin Cropley, Dylan Jones, hello, gentlemen. You missed a 3-run home run by Jerry Downs, which gave them the lead. Michael Russell, leadoff hitter, singled. Michael Martinez moved him to third, and then runners at the corners for Jerry Downs. And he hit a straightaway shot to left center field, hit the crush zone sign, and that makes it 3-0. And that's where we are now with nobody out. And the number 4 batter at the plate here, Logan Morrison, 2 balls, 2 strikes. You can't hate on the Rockers. They are playing good baseball, folks. That pitch inside. Count goes full 3-2. One thing you know is everybody out there on that field, from the Genomes to the Rockers, they all have a big dream, and they're all chasing that dream to play pro ball. They want to be in the show, make it back to the show, get to the show. Some of these guys have already been there, and some are on their way back, some are on their way from. But they get to play baseball and get paid for it. That is fun. That ball's going to drop in for a base hit for Logan Morrison, and he stretches it into a double. And the Genomes, it seems like the last 3 games have fallen in the hole to start the game every time. In the top of the first, they give up runs. That hit right there looked identical to the one last night that we saw. Nobody out. All 4 batters have gotten on base with hits. This is not the start you want if you're the Genomes and you're trying to fight for your lives and trying to get that last wild card spot against the team that holds a 4.5 game lead in that wild card race. Now, before I get too far off track, let me say this. Congratulations to Lexington legend Darian Sanford, who last night broke the all-time Atlantic League stolen bases record with 291, and now he will move into the top spot as a player with the all-time stolen bases leader. He is the Ricky Henderson of the Atlantic League. So congratulations, Darian. We are very impressed and also very proud of your hard work. That pitch there, swing and a miss. He went around, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike here to Xander Wheel. That is the home run king for the Rockers at the plate, Xander Wheel, spelled W-I-E-L. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big lead over there for Morrison. And Povsey, nice pitch there. Boy, what a movement on that pitch. Nice drop there by Povsey. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one just missing. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Hey, don't forget, it's Dad Joke Friday. So if you've got a great dad joke, type it on in there in the comments. Ashley makes me promise every time that I call a game to bring good dad jokes. So, okay, here we go. Have to do it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this one's going to be fouled off. Here's a little trivia for you. How many foul balls are hit in the major leagues on average every single game? Take your best guess. How many foul balls do you think are hit every single game on average in Major League Baseball? Through one 9-inning game. Well, if you said 84, you are correct. Isn't that unreal? 84 balls. So here's my plan. Every foul ball that's turned in to the concession stand, you get a free soda. So we give up $1 soda for a $7 or $9 baseball, and that'll cut the cost. How about that? Sure you can. We're not going to tell anybody that, Ashley. Stop it. What are you, some kind of MLB stringer or something? Gee whiz, Miss Rule Freak. This one hit into right field. And a base hit. That's going to bring Logan Morrison from third, but he's going to hold up as Jimmy Paredes charges in with the ball and keeps everybody where they are. So 5 batters to the plate and 5 hits and a 3-0 lead for the Rockers. They have come in here smoking hot, to say the least. So, Ashley, last night, my wife and I went out to dinner. Have you ever been to Malone's? So we went to Malone's, and you're never going to believe this. Guess what our server, which was a male, I'm guessing, he said his name was Doug, so he said, "Do you want a box for your leftovers?" Can you believe that? Can you believe that? He actually said that to me. "Do you want a box for your leftovers?" I said, "No, but I'll wrestle you for them. I don't box." So I'm a big guy. I got some quick hands. Don't get me wrong, folks. But I just felt, okay, that was a stupid dad joke. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, folks. Write those in the comments, and if we use your dad joke on here, we'll send you absolutely nothing for free, and you'll love it. All right, so they talk to Max, settle him down, tell him we got your back. Let's get these guys out. That pitch there in for a strike, 91 miles an hour. You got to wonder, how good are these guys that they're hitting these 91 and 92 mile an hour fastballs from Max Povsey, just like they're at a batting cage. And that one hit deep to left field, just as I say that, going back to the wall. And at the warning track, the catch made by Moises Sierra, the runner tags. But my goodness, they're hitting him well. And Max Povsey's no joke. This guy can pitch, folks. So 1 out. And Beniklinski comes to the plate. Max Povsey has played in the major leagues, folks. He's 29 years old from Cary, North Carolina. He made his debut for the Seattle Mariners. Runner goes, no throw. Stolen base. He played for the Mariners. He's no chump. Credit Xander Wheel with a stolen base on that one. Beniklinski, 272 average, 17 homers. That's third on the team. I'm lying. That's fourth on the team. That one right down the pipe. 2 balls, 1 strike. 91 mile an hour fastball from Povsey. Gets in there for strike 1. What time was your first pitch? 6:40. Thank you. And that one, chopper over to short. Johns grabs it, fires to third, and they get the tag. Nice move there. Johns over to Melbauer, and they get Wheel coming to third for the tag out. I love that kind of aggressive. And that one, play out on over to short. Johns grabs it, fires to third, and they get the tag. Out. You're down 4-0 already. Tag that daggone runner at third, and they do. So Aklinski, if you're scoring at home, reaches on the fielder's choice. Here's Giovanni Alfonso, who's a fantastic shortstop in his own right. Alfonso was just on SportsCenter on the top plays of the SportsCenter Top 10, so big congratulations to Giovanni Alfonso and his family and everybody who follows Rocker baseball. That's got to be awesome to actually make it on there. Runner goes. Throw down there, not in time. So now runner at second. Stolen base credit that time for Aklinski. That is stolen base number 19 on the season for him. He's been caught 4 times, but he's gotten away with it 19 out of 23 times. That pitch there right down the pipe, 90-mile-an-hour fastball. Runner at second, 2 outs. Rockers already 4 runs, 5 hits here in the top of the first. But, folks, we got plenty of baseball to play. And they're going to try for the pickoff. Did they get him? No, he got back in time. Aklinski just got back. The tag went towards him, but not in time. Good one, Eric Tyler. Good one. This one chopped over to third. Melbauer, he fumbles it a little bit, grabs it, fires to first, but they get the runner, and Alfonso is out at first. But a tough beginning for the game here for Pobsy. Hopefully that'll settle him down. 4 runs, 5 hits. The Rockers lead 4-0. Genomes coming up to bat. Melbauer. This is Genomes fumbles it a little bit, grabs it, fires to Baseball Network. Welcome back to Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky. It is a 4-0 start for the Rockers. And now the Genomes are going to try to answer 4 runs and 5 hits from the Rockers. First pitch here, inside ball 1 to Luke Becker, 299 average, 19 homers, and 83 RBIs. Luke Becker has been the offensive champion for this team in that leadoff spot. Strike 1 there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Becker in center field tonight. He rips that one to second and right there to make the play. But, oh, did he come off the bag? He's out. Looked like on that throw there, it looked like Martinez threw it a little wide and Morrison had to come off the bag, but he ended up touching it and getting the out anyway. That's been right there, Ashley. That has been the Genomes the last few days. They're hitting the ball solid, but right to the fielder. And now you flip it, and what did the Rockers do? They somehow are getting in the gaps. They're hitting it where they need to. Chris Shaw moving to that number 2 spot tonight. Good to see him in the 2 spot. I thought when he was in the number 2 spot early in the season, he hit the ball a lot better. And that pitch there fouled off by Chris, strike 1. Now think about this. Luke Becker has 5 triples. He is tied. That one ripped into right for a base hit. There we go, Chris Shaw. There we go. Let's get it going, Chris. Get him fired up here. So Becker has 5 triples. You know who else on the team has 5 triples? Tied. That one ripped into right for a base hit. There we go, Chris Shaw. That'd have been a good guy to call back up. I loved his game. And now Chris Davis, the former 2018 home run champion in the American League, blasted 48 home runs that year to win the crown, and he's gotten 16 home runs here in about 2 months' work. 43 RBIs, 268 batter. 1 on, 1 out for Davis in the number 3 spot. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight for Genomes Baseball as they take on the High Point Rockers. We don't care if you're a Rockers fan or a Genomes fan. We're just glad you tuned in, and hopefully you'll enjoy some baseball here. I'll try not to be too much of a homer and too slanted for the Genomes. I'll call the game as fairly as possible so you Rockers fans don't feel like you have to yell at the TV too much. 2 balls, no strikes here to Davis, and that pitch there missing outside as well. 3-0 the count. Rockers got off to a fast start, man. They couple singles, one from Russell, then Martinez, then Jerry Downs hit a 3-run shot to left center, almost straight away center, hit the crush zone sign out there in left. Morrison came up and doubled. Xander Wheel hit a single to right. Lattimore flew out to left, but Morrison tagged up and scored. That pitch there, 3-0, gets in there for strike 1. 9-1-2 will be the order for the Rockers when they come back up in the second. Logan Moore, Michael Russell, Michael Martinez. Davis, after being ahead 3-0 now, count full 3-2 as he takes 1 strike and then fouls off that pitch for strike 2. Hey, good news to report. Dakota Freese is going to be okay. Dakota Freese was hit with a line drive. The pitcher for the Legends last night took a 102.2 mile-an-hour line drive right to the face. And he was awake and talking this morning, so we are very glad to hear that. Prayers were answered for sure on that. And we are so glad that he's going to be okay. Full count, 3-2 to Chris Davis, 1 on, 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch. And Davis chops this one down the third base side. Grab, fired over to second, and over to first. They won't get Davis, though. He gets down the line in time. Russell, though, able to throw out Shaw as Martinez makes the catch there at second, and that's out number 2. So Davis will reach on this one down the third base side. Grab, fired over to second, and over to first. They won't get Davis, though. He gets down the line in time. Russell, though, able to throw. And now Jimmy Paredes, the former Philadelphia Philly, comes up. And that pitch in there for strike one to Paredes. Paredes is 33 years old. He's from Bajos de Jana, Dominican Republic, 6'3", 200 pounds. You really don't realize how big Paredes is until you get out there next to him. He started his career with the Blue Jays and then was traded to the Phillies. Then played several years in the majors after that. Played 2 for the Orioles, 1 for the Royals, and then 3 years with the Astros. But all in reverse order. He started with the Astros, then the Royals, then the Orioles, then the Phillies, then the Blue Jays, before he made his way here to Lexington to become a Wild Health Genome, and most likely will be a Lexington legend at some point. Check swing there. Did he go? They say yes, he did, and that is it. So that will end the inning. Genomes get no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1 stranded. It's 4-0 Rockers. We'll be back with second inning action right after this. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Be right back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody, to Wild Health Field. First pitch here to Logan Moore. Misses outside, ball 1. Max Povsey gave up 4 runs on 5 hits in the top of the first. Hopefully that settled him down, and he's able to get back on track here. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one across the plate. Povsey, a young guy, still 28 years old, and quite honestly, studies prove that as athletes, you play your best, male athletes play their best between 28 and 32. Those are their peak athletic years. Studies prove that those years, 28 to 32, end up being peak athletic years. This ball here hit by Moore to Shaw. He's able to stop it from getting into the outfield and makes a great play. Picks it up, throws it to Povsey, who covers, and that's out number 1. So Moore goes out here, hit by Moore to Shaw. He's able to stop it. That'll bring the top of the order up, and Michael Russell, who hit a single to left center his last time up, picks it up, throws it to Povsey, who covers. One out here. First pitch to Russell, outside, ball one. One ball, no strikes. Posey fires. This one outside as well, 2-0. Michael Russell, 281 batter on the year, 7 homers and 47 RBIs. That was his 100th hit of the season. That single he hit in the first inning. That pitch in there, strike one. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. I want to thank Hugh Davis for always keeping me up to date with the newest statistics so I didn't sound like a complete idiot on here. Just a partial one. That one hit to straightaway center. Becker races to his left, and nice catch by – no, it bounces behind him there. It looked like Paredes had it, but he didn't. And that's going to be a triple for Michael Russell. It looks like, if we can see the replay, it looks like Becker and Paredes both were going after it. I thought Becker had it, and then Becker dove towards the ground on the replay here, and it looks like Michael Paredes may have got a glove on it. I'm not sure. We're going to see if we got the replay here. It looks like, if we can take a look at it, here it is. No. We'll see if we can pull that up here, folks. So Paredes ended up making the throw in to Martinez, but to Rosario, but not sure how that actually went down there. Alex, if we're able to, can we try and play that replay on that one? If possible, buddy. If not, it's all right. Here we go. I'm going to see the replay here. No, camera angles changed there. So, no balls, 2 strikes. The second baseman, Michael Martinez. We got the replay here. Is a 300 hitter, like 5 homers. Take a look at it. Here it is. 1 on, 1 out. No. So a triple. We'll see if we can pull that up here, folks. From Russell, and that gives him a single and a triple. A guy that's already hit for the cycle this year once. And the triple's usually the hardest one to get. That pitch upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one, a chopper to second base and no play at home, so he'll throw it to Shaw and get the out. But Russell scores on the Michael Martinez slow grounder to second. And it's a 5-0 High Point Rockers lead here early in the second inning. And Paredes, both were going after it. I thought Becker had it, and then Becker dove towards the ground on the replay here, and it looks like Michael Russell may have got a glove on it. I'm not sure. We're going to see if we got the replay here. 2 outs, and here's Jerry Downs, who hit the home run in the first inning to start the scoring. And the first pitch to him, little sinker, 78 miles an hour, strike 1. You know what confuses me is his name is Jerry Downs, and I always when I hear that name, I think of Tony Downs and Jerry Mathers as the Beaver, because Tony Downs was Wally, right? And then Jerry Mathers was the Beaver. Kind of dating myself there, but we didn't have cable as a kid, so that show was always on. It was that or the news. That pitch outside. And it should be 2 balls and 2 strikes, I think. Okay. And that one ripped to Shaw. And he'll pick it up, touch the bag, and that will end the inning. But they do get another run, and they lead here 5-0 at Wild Hill Field in Lexington, Kentucky. The temperature's dropped at 1 degree since we started. It's now 81 degrees. Let's see, though, if those Genomes bats can heat up. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball right after this. Welcome back to Wild Health Field here in Lexington, Kentucky. Genomes in the hole, folks. 5-0 to the team that's leading them in the wild card race with a 4.5 game lead, the High Point Rockers. I got a feeling, though, the Genomes are not going to go away quietly. They never do. Strike one here to Moises Sierra. I got news for you. These guys have been impressive when they've played from behind all year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yep, 1-1. That one hit the straightaway center by Sierra and caught for out number 1. Ben Aklinski made light work of that. And that is out number 1 here. And here's Olmo Rosario. One out. Rosario hitting in the number 6 spot. And the first pitch to him is strike 1. And Rosario fouls this one back. It hits the screening there, and hey, nice catch there by Microphone Mike. And he gives the foul ball to the kid, as he should. And that one low. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Rosario. Rosario used to play for the Lancaster Barnstormers almost 10 years ago. That pitch up high, 2-2. I mean, you talk about a guy that's played lots of baseball in his life. This guy's 43 almost. 42-year-old guy. And he has played pretty much the last 25 years. This one hit into right field. And if that's what you do for your career, good for you. This guy started playing baseball as a kid. He started getting paid for it. He said, you know what? That feels even better.
Pretty much the last 25
years.
Still
this one hit into right field. And if that's what you do for your career, good for him. I mean, he's played in the Mexican League. He's played overseas in Japan. He's played, and look at this list of teams. My goodness. Good for you. So he's on base with a single to right. And that brings up one of my favorite players to watch out here, Gavin Johns. Gavin from California, played at UCLA and Tennessee Tech. First pitch to Johns, he hits it straight away left center, going towards a warning track and making the catch in center field. For out number 2 is Aklinski. And that's what I was telling Ashley. Towards a warning track and making a catch one of the breaks in center field. The Genomes are hitting the ball over the last week that I've seen them play. They are hitting the ball hard. They're just not hitting it where there's nobody there to field it. They're hitting it right to the fielders. Now flip it. The Rockers have not hit the ball harder than the Genomes tonight, with the exception of a home run. Everybody else, they just hit it where there was nobody to field it. And that's just the luck of the draw sometimes. Some days you have it, some days you don't. The Rockers are hitting into open spots, and good for them. It's paying off. 1 ball, no strikes to the catcher, Austin Rye. 1 on 2 outs for the Genomes here, bottom of the second. Mitch Atkins steps off the rubber there and resets, didn't like the signs. Apparently waiting on a sign he didn't get just yet. And that one hit hard by Rye, but not hard enough. It's going to be straight to the left fielder for out number 3. Quincy Lattimore makes the catch, and that's it for the Genomes. They leave another one stranded. After 2, Rockers 5, Genomes nothing. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball from right here in Lexington, Kentucky, right after this. Logan Morrison will lead things off for the Rockers. You're talking about a guy who had a great Major League Baseball career, Hugh Davis. This is the guy. Logan Morrison Played the better part of 12 years in the major leagues. He played his first 4 years with the Miami Marlins, 2 years with the Seattle Mariners, a couple years with the Devil Rays, hit 38 homers with the Devil Rays in 2017. Had a season with the Twins, one with the Phillies, another one with the Brewers. Logan Morrison has played a lot of Major League Baseball in his career. He is the son of Tom and Diane Morrison. And this one ripped into right for a base hit. And he will lead off the third inning with a single to right center field. That is his second hit of the night. And that brings up Xander Veal. And Xander Veal steps in. He's ready to go. And that pitch there fouled off. Strike one. Xander, a Tennessee native, was drafted and played 4 seasons with the Minnesota Twins. And he chops this one into the gap for a base hit. So the Vanderbilt University star getting on base, and now runners at first and second. That's what I'm talking about, Ashley. They're finding the holes with these hits. They keep finding the holes. That is his second single tonight. His first one was to right field, this one to left field. And that brings up the very talented Quincy Lattimore. And first pitch, Lattimore down low, ball one. Quincy Lattimore, 5'11", 175, 33 years old. Batting .249 on the season, 18 home runs, 68 RBIs. And hits this one high into the sky, left field, and that is a long way back. Are they even going to get to that? Not a chance. And that is another 3-run home run. And Lattimore, the Los Angeles Dodgers prized pick, sends that one out of here, and it's 8-0 Rockers. That was home run number 19 for Quincy Lattimore. Just got done saying he's a talented guy, and he proved it right there. RBI 69, 70, and 71. And the Rockers are all over the Genomes. 8-0. Not much to say there except, wow, what a hit. I mean, he sent that over the bullpen in left field, folks. Moises Sierra just threw his glove at it because he knew he didn't have a chance to catch it. Little check swing there, and caught by Chris Shaw. If only every play was like that, and there's one out. So Klinsky goes down relatively harmlessly as he check swings a ball right to Chris Shaw for out number one, and now Giovanni Alfonso comes back up. Swing and a miss here as Posey blows a 91-mile-an-hour fastball by him. Alfonso hit a grounder to third base last time up. That pitch inside. Without a doubt, Giovanni Alfonso has one of the more fun names to say as a broadcaster. That ball off of Giovanni Alfonso's foot. See how that just rolls off the tongue? It was like saying, what was that guy's name? Alfonso Soriano. I swear, I think those people used to make up highlights for him just to say his name. Alfonso Soriano. Alfonso has been with the Rockers since 2019. This is his 4th season with them. Played with the Miami Marlins and the New York Mets. And that struck him out there on that pitch. And give Max Povsey his first strikeout of the night. And Alfonso the victim. Played with the Miami Marlins and the New York Mets. 2 down. And that brings Logan Moore back up, who grounded out to first his first time at the plate. And that struck him out there on that pitch. I mean, it is 8-0, and we're in the top of the 3rd. Legends are down 6-0. Who's that to? The Honey Hunters, who just left here on a 3-game sweep. They are up 6-0 in the 3rd versus the Legends. Little chopper here to Melbauer at third base. He grabs it, fires to Shaw, and that ends the inning. Genomes in a big hole here to the High Point Rockers, 8-0 versus the Legends. They're coming up next. Chopper here to Melbauer at third base. He grabs it, fires to Shaw, and that ends the. Here's Clayton Melbauer to lead things off here in the bottom of the 3rd. And strike one to him. If it gives you any idea of how this game has gone, this is his first trip to the plate. And his counterpart, who bats in the 9th spot, has batted twice already. Everybody on the Rockers team has batted through twice, and this is the first trip for Melbauer. 1-1 strike. Mitch Atkins on the mound. That was pitch number 30 of the evening for him. Or this will be pitch 30 coming up here. 2-1 to count. The third baseman, 221 hitter. 3-1. He's been hitting the bat, or he's been hitting the ball a lot better lately and raised that average up. Certainly with every swing of the bat, he seems to get a little better, like a lot of these guys have this year. That one hit high into the sky, foul. And the count full now, 3-2. Rockers tonight, 8 runs, 9 hits, no errors. They have jumped on the Genomes from the word go. 4 runs in the first, a run in the second, 3 in the third. And strikeout here to Melbauer, and that's out number 1. And that brings the top of the order up to the plate. And Luke Becker comes in. He is 0 for 1. He grounded out to second his first time up. Becker, 298 average, 19 home runs, 83 RBIs. Chris Shaw in the on-deck circle waiting. That pitch there, getting the outside corner, strike 1 at 78 miles an hour. Now it's going to be low. 1 ball, 1 strike to Becker. That one outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Luke Becker from Fairmont, Minnesota. Drafted by the Padres out of the University of Kentucky with the 9th round pick. 3-1 the count. (2018) 9th round pick by the Padres. And chops that one off his foot. With assignment to the Padres, he played for the Tri-City Dust Devils and the Fort Wayne Tin Caps. And then Tri-City released him after the 2019 season. And then there's a 3-year gap that we don't have here on his record. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the payoff to Becker. And he hits this one hard to left field, going back to the wall and gone. Luke Becker just hit home run number 20. And I said it last night, I think he's going to do it in this series. And that's RBI number 84 and home run number 20 for the multi-dimensional fielder, Luke Becker. And he continues to put up great numbers for this team. And he extends his home run lead and his RBI lead on the team. Well, the shutout attempt is over. Thank goodness for that, as Becker gets them on the board there. Albeit 8-1, that's how rallies start right there. And now Chris Shaw stepping in with Chris Davis in the on-deck circle. 1 out. First pitch to Shaw's outside. You know, it's funny there, Hugh. Both left fielders threw their glove up at the ball there. Now, my question is, I know if they hit the ball with their glove and there's people on base, they move the runners, what, 2 spots? 3? So what do they do if they hit it and it's a home run? And there's nobody on base. You can't move them. That pitch in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. And that one upstairs, 3-1. That one in there. Shaw ready to throw his bat. Thought he had a walk there. Now a full count here to the first baseman, Chris Shaw. And here comes the payoff pitch to Shaw. Outside, ball 4. One on, one out. And Chris Davis coming to the plate. First pitch to him is inside, ball 1. 267 average for Chris Davis in his first year in the Atlantic League. 16 homers, 43 RBIs. Fouls off this pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Long pause here, and now here's the pitch. That one in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike to Chris Davis, the DH for the Genomes. Ashley, do you work out a lot? You go to the gym or anything? No? Hugh Davis, do you hit the gym at all?
I work at a gym, but I don't work out at a gym.
I got you. He works at the gym, but not works out at the gym. Got it. That one popped up into the air by Davis. Foul. You know, I go to the gym probably 4 to 5 times a week. I walk 3 to 4 miles, sometimes 5 to 6, depending on how I feel that day. I lift, and I'm still fat. I'm convinced the only time I'm ever going to have a smoking hot body is when I'm cremated. Yeah, but not on the air. Plus, I set that one up a lot longer. The 2-2 low, 3-2. So full count to both Chris Shaw and now Chris Davis. Shaw waited it out. Got ball 4. Davis might be a little more aggressive here and swing. We'll see. Jimmy Paredes in the on-deck circle, the former Houston Astro, Baltimore Oriole. Played for the Orioles, Royals, Blue Jays, Phillies. Here's the payoff. And Davis hits this one high into the sky, shallow left field. Shortstop goes back, makes the catch, and that is out number 2. So Alfonso grabs that one. Davis heads back to the dugout. Shaw stays put at first, and now Jimmy Paredes, the right fielder, comes up. And if Johns is one of my favorite guys to watch, Paredes is probably my favorite guy to watch on this team. Paredes always seems to hit the ball when they need him to, and always hits it in clutch situations. 18 home runs on the season for Paredes, 68 RBIs. Leads the team in doubles. He's 2 behind Becker for the home run lead. And big swing there by Paredes on a 77-mile-an-hour pitch, strike 1. You know what's funny to me is that Mitch Atkins doesn't have overpowering stuff, but they can't seem to hit him.
Only one fielder on the left side of the infield.
Yeah, big shift there. And, you know, the Major League's going to outlaw that next year. Did you hear that? Yes. Well, they're voting on it. Now, the vote was supposed to be yesterday, I believe. Did they vote on it? It did pass? So the shift is gone next year? Wow. So Will Painter said that they did vote on it. It passed. And next year, they're not allowed to even do the shift. So what you're seeing here with a third baseman at short, the shortstop at second, not going to happen. And, boy, that's why that shift works. First baseman played the line and caught a line drive from Paredes to end the inning. I bet he'll be glad when the shift is gone. That ends the bottom of the third inning, folks. Genome's able to get on the board, though, thanks to a Luke Becker solo shot to left. We're heading to the fourth. It's 8-1. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball right after this. Top of the fourth inning, Michael Russell leads things off. He is the leadoff hitter. He's got a single and a triple tonight. He's already hit for the cycle once this year. And the first pitch to him in there for strike one. Rockers have jumped all over the Genomes here early. 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third. That pitch in there as well, strike 2 to Russell. Posey winds and fires. Tried for the outside corner. Did not get the call on that one. And he hits this one foul down the first base side. .6'2", 200 pounds, 29 years old is Russell. Played with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays organization for a while. And that pitch right down the middle, and he watches strike 3 go right by. And that is out number 1. Actually turned around and said something to Bob Howard, it looked like. I don't know why. The pitch looked pretty good. Of course, now I don't see it as, the way they do. I'm not down as close as they are, but who knows. Out number 1 and strikeout number 2 for Posey. That one fouled out of play, strike 1 to Martinez, who has singled to right and grounded out to second. And Hugh Davis is giving me the update on the vote that went down for Major League Baseball. Swing and a miss there, and it's 0-2. And it looks like they have adopted the pitch clock in Major League Baseball for next year, shift limits, and bigger bases for the 2023 season. Here's the 0-2 to Martinez. And little half check swing there, but nothing really. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And this one ripped into right. It's going to drop for a base hit. Paredes smothers it, gets back on his feet, throws it in, and it'll still be a stand-up double for Martinez. The effort was there from Paredes. Now, to say that these are some of the most aggressive changes that Major League Baseball has ever made in a year-to-year basis, I think is fair to say. I mean, they're adopting a pitch clock. They're limiting the defensive shifts after modern analytics created a slower, less entertaining sport. They think that the shift has made the sport slower and less entertaining. That is very interesting. That pitch in there, strike 1 to Jerry Downs, who had hit a home run earlier this evening. Commissioner Rob Manfred pushed for the innovations along with management team that included former Boston and Chicago's exec Theo Epstein, who is now just a Major League Baseball consultant. And Epstein says, swing and miss, 0-2, the influx of data in our industry have not improved the game from an aesthetic standpoint or from an entertainment standpoint. So in my role now, it is my responsibility to look at the big picture, and the big picture is what is great for our fans. The shift is not one of those things, obviously. So interesting. Swing and a miss there, strike 3, and that's the 3rd strikeout now for Max Posey. The runner does go on that pitch and gets the steal. So interesting. The 3rd strike was bobbled down there by Rye. 3rd strikeout now 2 for Max Posey. So Logan Morrison comes up with 2 outs and a runner at third. But again, the aggressive base running by a Genomes opponent, still, they're up 8-1, and they're still trying to steal bases on pitches here, and have. And now, instead of a guy just standing at first through 2 or 3 batters, you got a guy at third, albeit with 2 outs, but just a base hit by Morrison, a guy who spent the better part of a decade and a half in the major leagues, and that brings in another run. And that one inside, almost hit Morrison on that pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike. That sun is falling here in central Kentucky, and when the sun goes down, the temperature drops with it typically, and it has. It's in the 70s now. We're in the upper 70s. But, man, is it beautiful out there tonight. Soft little breeze blowing out towards left field. And that pitch there, tried for the outside corner, did not get it. See a lot of those baby blue Genomes jerseys. They had the jersey giveaway today, and a lot of kids came in and took advantage of it. Here's the 2-1. Posey from the stretch, kicks and throws. And Morrison hits that to straight away left center, and going back and playing it off the wall. Run scores. And that'll just be a long single for Morrison as it was played off the wall beautifully by Sierra. But awful close to a home run for Logan Morrison, who's already hit a double and single tonight. That's a second single for him, and he is 3 for 3 from the plate tonight. And now Xander Wheel comes up, who is also 2 for 2 himself with a couple singles. And that runner scored, like we talked about. That would have been a runner at second or third, but with the 2 stolen bases, it's 9-1. There is something to be said for aggressive base running if you have the personnel to do it. First pitch here, down low, ball 1. You want to keep your pitchers between 15 and 18 pitches per inning. We're in the 4th inning, and Max Povsey is at the upper end of that. By this point, the most you want him to throw is 72, 73, 74 pitches. And he has now thrown 77. If you are a fan or you believe in load management on the starting pitchers. 2 balls, no strikes here to Xander Wheel. And he chomps this one down the third base side foul for strike 1. A lot of football on tonight and tomorrow. I think the Cincinnati Bearcats play tonight. Of course, college football Saturday tomorrow. Plenty of games on. That pitch in there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. North Carolina Tar Heels escaped at Appalachian State. Yeah. Appalachian State gave them a scare. That was probably one of the most exciting early season games I've ever seen. Yeah, 2007. They beat Michigan at the Big House. That was probably one of the biggest upsets ever in college football. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Xander Wheel. And he pops this one up, and it'll sail foul and will be unplayable. The Louisville Cardinals playing the University of Central Florida. At Central Florida, they lead 7-0. And Central Florida actually just scored a touchdown at 7-6. So that game underway. Swing and a miss, but fouled it off, so he stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. South Carolina taking on Arkansas tomorrow at noon. Arkansas a 9-point favorite, ranked 16. South Carolina unranked. That'll be a big game. Wake Forest plays Vanderbilt tomorrow at the same time, noon. They are a 13-point favorite over Vandy. They are ranked 23rd. That one popped up by Xander Wheel to right. Paredes running hard, coming in, and makes the grab for out number 3. Great effort there by the Genomes right fielder, and that ends the inning. But they get another run. They lead 9-1. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Moises Sierra leads things off here in the bottom of the 4th. Strike 1 to him. This is only his 2nd trip to the plate tonight. First time up, he hit a fly ball to center. He chops this one foul. Sierra had a Major League Baseball career of his own, much like many of the players down here on the field today. And he's behind 0-2 here. Atkins has only thrown 53 pitches, and he's in the 4th inning here, and that's where you want your pitcher to be. About 15 per inning is on the low end. We'll check swing by Sierra, foul. He stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I want to thank all of you for joining us tonight for Genomes Baseball as they host the High Point Rockers. This is game 1 of a 3-game series here, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That one fouled off by Sierra as well. I'm here with you tonight and Sunday. Tomorrow, we will have a guest announcer. Might be Ashley Grigsby. That ball hit straight up into the air and foul. Ashley Grigsby, multitask, many jobs here at the stadium. She does tickets, corporate sales, fan engagement. She's been a superhero. This one ripped by Sierra in the left for a base hit, and that's only the fourth hit of the night for the Genomes. And it comes at a good time as they need to get this crowd fired up. Superhero. And Sierra rips a 1-2 pitch into left. Base hit, and that's only the fourth hit of the night. So Olmo Rosario will come up. He hit a single to right his first time up. Good time for him to get another hit as well. You know, the neat thing about all these parks in the Atlantic League, they've all got, strike one here, they've all got some neat places to grab a beer, and they've all got pretty good food. I mean, you look in the background of that shot right there, you got three people sitting at the table. They're all enjoying a cold beverage and some food. That ball hits straight up into the air and foul, but is it going to be playable for the catcher? It is. And a great play made by the Rockers catcher there for out number one, Logan Moore, able to track that one down. So Rosario will sit down, and Gavin Johns will come up and try his luck against Atkins. Gavin Johns coming in. Johns, 305 hitter, a home run and 27 RBIs. Runner at first, one out for Johns. But all of them have a great place to get some food. They've all got some nice areas with some great views. I mean, there's not a bad seat in the house in any Atlantic League ballpark. I mean, you go to High Point Stadium, they have beautiful views. It's a beautiful stadium. The food is good. It's not hard to find. It's just always a lot of fun. It doesn't matter where you go. And more than that, it's affordable. It doesn't matter what stadium in the Atlantic League you go to, it's affordable. You can actually take your family, enjoy the game, get something to eat. You come here on a Tuesday night in Lexington, it's free hot dogs all night long. And you can get up to 4 hot dogs at a time. Swing and a miss by Johns, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that, I mean, that makes it fun. You're right, Eric Tyler. Ashley is great. She does a good job. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. That one outside, 2-2. If I'm Sierra, I'd take off. Down 8 runs with an out in the 4th. That one foul back, 2-2 still. That beautiful sunset and now pink and blue clouds out here in Lexington. You can see there in that shot, pink and blue in the foreground. The background, I should say, not foreground. Gavin Johns at the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. That pitch missing the outside corner and a full count. Now, North Carolina, you got a lot of football tomorrow. North Carolina takes on Georgia State. Be careful in that game. That is a trap game if I ever saw one. Georgia State is a good football team. And I think the spread on that is only a touchdown. That one fouled out of play. John stays alive, 3-2. North Carolina State, ranked 18, hosts Charleston Southern at home. Clemson has Furman. That shouldn't be too tough for them. Western Carolina is at Georgia Tech. A lot of good football. NC State, Charleston Southern. That one fouled back. And he's still staying alive there. Louisville and Central Florida tied at 7. Kentucky is at Florida. That's going to be an interesting game. And this one, the 3-2. What a catch by the pitcher, Atkins. Wow. A line drive by Johns, and Atkins stuck his glove out and caught it and got Sierra at first on the double play, which is why maybe he should have stolen. It's easy to second guess when it's all over, right? Genomes go down, leave one stranded. Actually, nobody's stranded. They doubled them up. But that's the end of 4 innings here in Lexington. Rockers 9, Genomes 1. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball right after this. Stay with us, everybody. Quincy Lattimore leads things off here in the top of the 5th for the Rockers. First pitch to him, down low and away, ball 1. Max Povsey still on the mound for the Genomes. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight on the broadcast, whether you're watching on YouTube or streaming it some other way, or hearing it on the radio, driving in your car, listening on stereo, whatever you're doing. Thank you for joining us. It's been all Rockers here so far. And base hit here as Quincy Lattimore, who hit a home run his last time up, singles into left. And he is 2 for 3 tonight. Rockers, first of a 3-game series. Game 1 here in Lexington tonight. First pitch here, ball 1 to Aklinski. Aklinski reached on a fielder's choice his first time up and then grounded out to first, or flied out, I think, popped up. That pitch low. 2 balls, no strikes. Lattimore's at first. Top of the 5th, 1 on, nobody out. Rockers 9-1 lead here in Lexington. That pitch there misses the outside corner, and it's 3-0. Posey checks Lattimore. Now turns, faces, and fires. That pitch right down the middle at 90 miles an hour, strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike to Beniklinski. The big news in baseball is Major League Baseball voted and passed on changing the shift rule. And that one ripped right up the middle for Aklinski to center for a base hit. So Aklinski takes a 3-1 fastball right back up the middle. Lattimore to second, and there's 2 on and nobody out here in the 5th. Big news in baseball, they voted on changing the shift rules. So next year, there will be no more shifting allowed on the defensive side. They also have a pitch clock that will be enacted in Major League Baseball. So between pitches, the pitcher will only be allowed a certain number of seconds. And then also the bases will be bigger. Instead of the 15-inch by 15-inch bases, they'll move to 18-inch by 18-inch bases. 2 on, nobody out. The big right-hander Max Povsey on the mound for the Genomes, 6'8". It's been all Rockers. 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And here we are in the 5th, and they've got 2 on and nobody out. This one chopped down the third base side, foul. Giovanni Alfonso to the plate. 1 strike on him. He struck out his last time up. Alfonso, though, was on Sports Center. Made the top 10 plays at shortstop with a defensive play that was definitely worthy of Sports Center, as he caught a hard-hitting ground ball at short, and then from his bottom he threw it to first and got the runner out. Outstanding defensive play by that gentleman there at the plate. Giovanni Alfonso. Batting .290 with 2 home runs, 41 RBIs. Tonight he has struck out and grounded out to third. And he rips that one to second, and a possible double play, and they do get it as he hits a line drive to second. And that is caught by Rosario, and he throws to Shaw before Aklinski gets back. So a double play, and that leaves Lattimore, the lone base runner, at second with 2 outs. And that was good to see for the Genomes, as they are in a dogfight here with a team that is leading them by 4.5 games in the wild card race, with only 10 games in the season remaining. 2 outs, Logan Moore, the catcher at the plate, fouls off the first pitch he sees, a fastball, and that's strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Rockers 9, Genomes 1, top of the 5th. This one popped up as well, and now Povsey ahead of the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Long look in by Povsey this time. He's ahead 0-2, runner at second, 2 outs. That pitch inside, 1-2. Logan Moore at the plate batting. Well, no sample size for him just yet. He's a new signee Logan Moore, though, did make a great play in the defensive side at catcher already tonight. Swing and a miss there. And that is strike 3. That ends the inning, folks. This is the first inning. The Rockers have not been able to put a run on the board at catcher. Let's see if the Genomes can reverse it here and put some up themselves. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be back. And that is strike 3 in just a few seconds. Austin Rye will lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th. Rockers 9, Genomes 1. He hits the first pitch he sees left field. It should be playable. And going back and making the catch, or coming up to make the catch, is the left fielder, Quincy Lattimore, and that's out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's the second time that Rye's flown out to left field. Melbauer, this is only his second trip to the plate. And that pitch to him inside, fastball up high, ball 1, or excuse me, strike 1. Wow. No wonder he was shaking his head. Here's the 0-1. That one low, 1-1. This one chopped foul off his leg there. Melbauer just fine. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nice crowd here on both sides. Third base, first base side. Plenty of the suites have filled up tonight. And the 1-2 pitch low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two, 1 out to Melbauer. Pitch number 76 by Atkins right there. Fouled out of play, and he stays alive, and it's still 2-2. Atkins looking in. Looks like pitch outside. and got him on the outside corner. Strike three called to Melbauer, and that's the second time tonight he struck out. But this time he goes down looking, and that's out number two, and that brings Luke Becker back to the plate. Becker is the responsible for the lone run on the board for the Genomes. He had a solo home run his last time up, and that was back in the third inning. If he can do it here, they could certainly use it. First pitch there, missing, ball one. Luke Becker, of course, when he played at the University of Kentucky as a Wildcat, was all everything in the SEC. Here's the 1-0. That one misses as well. 2 balls, no strikes. That pitch, 83 miles an hour. You know, it's interesting because Mitch Atkins does not have 95-mile-an-hour fastballs up there, and he's managing to pitch awfully well against a good hitting team here. I mean, the Genomes have 1 run on 4 hits. Mitch Atkins' fastball, I believe, is 83 or 84 miles an hour. Now, you flip the script there. Povsey throws a 92, 93-mile-an-hour fastball, and they've knocked him all over the park. And that just goes to show you it's a thinking man's game. Yeah, it really is. Baseball is a thinking game. It's a lot of cat and mouse. It's chess. It's not checkers. And Greg Maddux threw an 86-mile-an-hour fastball at top speed. And Phil Necro's another one, Hugh, yeah. I mean, those guys did not throw hard. They were just pitchers that knew how to place the ball and keep you guessing at the plate. Here's the 3-2. Payoff pitch is ripped foul by Becker. And then you've got guys that throw mid to upper 90s that make it to the big leagues, and they don't stay for 2 seasons because everybody knows that it's just going to be fastball, fastball, fastball. And when you get to that level, everybody can hit a fastball. They may not hit it in the minor leagues in single A, double A the way they do in the majors. But when you get to the majors, every one of those guys can hit a fastball. As a matter of fact, they hope you throw a fastball because they know at least that won't have the movement that the other pitches do. Pedro Serrano, yeah. How about him from Major League? He hit fastball very much, just like Luke Becker hit that 3-2 very much, all the way to the wall and caught on the warning track by the center fielder to end the inning. So Becker hits it straight away center. Ben Aklinski makes the catch, and that's it here in the 5th inning, folks. We're headed to the 6th, Rockers 9, Genomes 1. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network right after this. Top of the sixth, it's been all Rockers. Max Povsey comes back out for the sixth. And the first pitch here in there for strike one. That pitch outside, 1-1 to Russell. This is his fourth trip to the plate, Michael Russell. He has singled, tripled, and struck out. And that pitch low as well. 2 balls, 1 strike. Rockers put up 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. That's where they got their 9 runs from, and now a swing and a miss here by Russell. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Russell, a .282 hitter with 7 home runs and 47 RBIs. This is game 1 of the 3-game series between the Rockers and the Genomes. And this one chopped foul. Rockers have a 4.5-game lead in the wild card race with 10 games remaining. Nine games remaining for the Rockers. 10 games remaining for the Genomes. Here's the 2-2. That one coming back towards us. And over the top of us and foul. Count stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was jersey giveaway night to the kids here in Lexington. First 500 kids through the gates got a free Genomes jersey, and a lot of them are wearing that jersey right now. Running around the ballpark looking like a bunch of Genomes or garden gnomes, depending on how tall they are. Count still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's a look at Max Povsey. 9 runs, 13 hits, no errors. There's a bunch of kids. Look at that group out there. A bunch of them running around with those Genomes jerseys. Swing and a miss, and that's another strikeout for Max Povsey. There's a bunch of kids. Look at that group out there. That is strikeout number running around with those Genomes jerseys. Swing, and the second time Russell's gone down in a row. Here's Michael Martinez. First pitch to him is outside for ball 1. That was actually the 5th strikeout by Povsey, not 4th, 5th. He's now at 106 pitches on the night. And that pitch gets the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Martinez. Moises Sierra's in left. Luke Becker, for the first time all season, is in center field. Jimmy Paredes in right field for the Genomes. That one, a chopper to Shaw at first. He tried to glove it and come up with it, but does not, and it goes into right field. Paredes grabs it, though, throws it to second, and they're not able to get him as Martinez takes a little ground ball chopper and makes it a double. And that's what I'm talking about with aggressive base running. As soon as he hit that ball, it looked like an out, but he was flying down the line. Shaw not able to come up with it. It makes its way into right field, and a little ground ball turns into a double, and you got to tip your hat to the effort by Michael Martinez right there, because that is what hustle will get you, folks. That is all about hustle right there. What should have been an out is now a double. If he was just lazily going down the line, he may or may not have made it. You never know. Sometimes these guys that play, and I'm not saying these guys out here, I'm saying just typically, sometimes some of the pros even, when they don't hustle, you go back and you realize, man, if they would have ran that out, they would have made it. Here's the 0-1 to Downs. Swing and a miss, and 0-2. Downs has hit a home run tonight, a 3-run shot in the first. He's grounded out and struck out. Big leadoff at second. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Povsey kicks and fires, and check swing did not go around. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Marty Ernest has joined the officiating crew. He is the third umpire tonight. That pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jerry Downs, 307 hitter, 22 home runs, 82 RBIs. He hits for average. He hits for power. He drives in runs. He's exactly what you want in a 3 or 4 hitter in your lineup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one's low, 3-2. And now Posey has to pitch to him or walk him. One or the other. Don't forget, tomorrow night, same time, right here, same place. The Kentucky Wild Hill Genomes host the High Point Rockers in Game 2 of the 3-game series. Game 1 tonight, Game 2 tomorrow night, and Game 3, I'll be back with you Sunday afternoon. First pitch, 2:05. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch inside ball 4. And now 2 on, 1 out for the number 4 hitter, Xander Wheel, to come up. And I believe that's the first walk he's given up tonight. And that's going to be all for Max Posey as Mark Minakazi comes out, takes the ball. Minakazi leaves the game, 9 runs, 13 hits, and he's still responsible for the 2 base runners. We'll be back with Genomes Baseball right after this. Two on, 1 out for Logan Morrison. And he'll face Akeem Bostic. Check swing there, and he definitely went. Strike 1. Akeem Bostic throws that fastball in the mid-90s. So he's a few miles an hour faster and also mixes his pitches up pretty well. He's going to be a little tougher to hit. Not that Posey doesn't mix him up well, but they had his number tonight. That ball hit to second. Nice play there at second. 4-3 for the out as Rosario throws to Shaw and Morrison's out. Martinez and Downs make it to second and third respectively, but there are 2 outs his number tonight. That ball hit to second. Nice play there at second. 4-3 for the out as Rosario throws to Shaw. Here's Xander Wheel. He's 2 for 3 tonight. 2 singles and then popped out to right. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Top of the 6th inning. Rockers 9, Genomes 1. That pitch up high, ball 1. Wheel 263 average, 29 home runs, leads the team. That pitch outside, and he went around, though. 1-1 strike. Good movement on that pitch by Bostic. That pitch went from straight down the middle to the far outside corner and fooled Wheel. 2 outs, Bostic looking in. Now he's ready to fire. Checks his runner, kicks, and delivers. And that one missing. 2-1 strike. Here's the 2-1 up top, 3-1. Bostic's fastball couldn't have been his fastball. That was only 81. That looked like it was a lot harder than that, though. Three balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Quincy Lattimore on deck. If Bostic does walk, Wheel. And Wheel hits this one. Line drive into left field. And 1 run scores, but the second one's going to be tagged out at home as Jerry Downs tried to come in and score, and he was tagged out at the plate. Line drive into left field. So Martinez scores. That makes the second one's going to be tagged out. Downs tries to make it 11-1, but he's tagged out trying to do that. That'll end the inning. It's 10-1 Rockers. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Stay with us, everybody. Chris Shaw leads things off here in the bottom of the 6th. Thanks for joining us, everybody, with Wild Health Genomes Baseball. And the first pitch inside to Shaw. Almost hit him. Chris Shaw batting .268 with 17 homers, 85 RBIs. 65 RBIs. And Shaw hits this pitch sky high. It's going to stay in the infield, though. And caught by the second baseman for out number 1. So one down. And Chris Davis coming to the plate with Jimmy Paredes on deck. Chris Davis, the designated hitter tonight. Reached on a fielder's choice and then popped out to the shortstop. Gabriel Castellanos is the new pitcher on the bump. Castellanos is a 1.56 ERA. Fastball in the low to mid-90s, typically around 90, 91, 92. Davis 0 for 2 tonight. Usually about this point, 0-2, 0-3, Davis, we can say he is due because as the DH, he's done a very good job for the Genomes. And they need some work here because they are down 10-1. That pitch outside, 3-0 to Davis. 90-mile-an-hour pitch that time. I want to thank all of you for joining us here at the stadium and also for joining us here on the broadcast. That pitch right down the middle, strike one. Hugh, I can't tell you how many times I've seen Davis go 3-0 and the pitcher come back and strike him out. It seems like that happens more often than not. And that time he's walked. So Davis on board for the first time tonight. And the Genomes have a base runner with Jimmy Paredes coming up. Paredes, a 281 hitter on the season. 1 on, 1 out. Strike one to Paredes. That one's low. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch inside as well. 2 balls, 1 strike to Paredes. 18 homers, 68 RBIs. Chris Davis, the former home run champion from 2018 at first base. Jimmy Paredes rips this one right up the middle, and that sends Davis to second. Paredes, who spent the first part of his career with the Houston Astros, 2011 to 2013, then a year with the Royals, rips this one right up the middle. 2 years with the Orioles, 1 with the Blue Jays, 1 with the Phillies. Able to get a base hit here. Sends Davis. So runners at first and second for the Genomes now. And another former major leaguer coming to the plate in Moises Sierra. Both runners aboard are former Major League Baseball players, and so is Moises Sierra. So the Genomes are built to win. They got 3 major leaguers coming up in order here. That pitch in there for strike one, 91 miles an hour. And that one low. One ball, 1 strike. 2 on, 1 out. Big lead over there for Paredes. And Sierra, a little chopper here. And it's going to go foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on for the Genomes. A trail 10-1. It's been all rockers tonight. The Genomes need to find a way, if they want to get to the playoffs, to knock off the rockers. They have to knock the rockers. They have to become rocker knockers. This one down to third base and now over to first, and that's a double play ball there as Sierra hits to third. He touches the bag, throws to first, and that ends the inning. We're headed to the seventh, High Point 10, Kentucky Wild Health 1. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. We'll be right back, everybody. Top of the seventh inning here in Lexington, Kentucky. It's a 10-1 score. It's been all rockers here. Quincy Lattimore will lead things off. And he is facing Diogenes Almengo. Strike two. This is the pitcher, Diogenes, not the philosopher, the Greek philosopher, with the same name. 0-2, this one. Over to short. Johns picks it up, fires to Shaw, and that's out number one. So Lattimore goes down on a ground ball to short for out number one, and Ben Aklinski will come to the plate to face Almengo. 0-2, this one. Over to short. Johns picks it up, fires to Shaw, and that's out number one. Akeem Bostic's night is done. As Diogenes Almengo is on the mound. That pitch is a fastball there, 90 miles an hour, fouled off for strike one to Aklinski. Aklinski tonight is single to center. He hit a fly ball to first base and reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. This one popped up into the air foul, and that'll go back behind the stands for strike two. So Almango getting ahead of both hitters here, 0-2. And that is optimal for a pitcher. Ashley's feeling under the weather tonight. I don't think I've ever seen her sick all year long, and we don't want that. That pitch misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But that's just the way it goes. When you have kids, you know, they bring home stuff from school and you get sick. I've had that happen several times. Another grounder to short. Johns makes routine work of that and fires Aklinski out with a throw to short or 2 first from short, and that's out number 2. And you get so sick. 2 up, 2 down. Had that happen several times. Another grounder to short. And
Giovanni
Johns makes routine work.
comes back up.
I mean, Ashley, how many times have you gotten sick because your son came home sick? It's actually good for you, though. You know, it builds your immune system. Every time you get sick, your body adapts. Strike 1 here to Alfonso. The changeup froze him up. And I feel bad for her because she's up here wearing a mask to try to be considerate and nice to everybody, and I don't think she needs to. She needs to just take that mask off and breathe. Don't worry about Hugh. Hugh's 85 years old. All right. No, I think Hugh's only 63, actually. He doesn't look a day over 70. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, Hugh said he's 21 for the 3rd time. Nothing wrong with that. You know, I've never understood why people get sensitive when they get older about their age. I mean, that's just another year you survived. The way I look at it, if I'm 49, which I am, and I turn 50 next year, I'm just proud of the fact that I'm still around at 50. I got plenty of friends that didn't make it this long. I feel blessed every time my feet hit the floor in the morning. That pitch misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're all lucky, you know it? If your feet hit the floor in the morning, it's a brand new day. You get to hit restart. Nothing that happened in the past matters. It only matters what you do right now. And right now, a swing and a miss by Alfonso ends the inning. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th. Hey, it's time for the 7th inning stretch, folks. Do it at home with us. Nothing that happened.
We're going to do it here.
Matters. It
this
only
is Genomes
Baseball. We'll be back with more
now.
Genomes Baseball right after this. Right now, a swing and a miss by Alfonso ends the inning. Bottom of the 7th, Olmo Rosario steps in to face Junior Rincon, the new pitcher on the mound for the Rockers. There's Junior Rincon right there. First pitch, 91 miles an hour, misses. Born in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. That pitch also missing the outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes. Rincon, the 30-year-old, used to pitch with the Barnstormers, I believe, before becoming a High Point Rocker. That one is a strike, 3-1. The 88-mile-an-hour pitch there does not miss. There's the 3-1 inside, and Rosario draws the walk. Gavin Johns coming up to the plate. 1 on, nobody out here, bottom of the 7th. Genomes trail by 9 runs. Now, I have seen them put 10 runs up in 1 inning. But can they do it tonight against the Rockers? That is the question. That one popped up into the sky by John's foul, strike 1. That one low, 1 ball, 1 strike here. Gavin Johns, originally from California. Here's the 1-1. Right up the middle for Johns, and that's a base hit. And now runners at first and second for only the second time tonight. The Genomes have 2 aboard. And the first time tonight they've had 2 aboard with nobody out. Right up the middle. And now runners at first and second for only. Austin Rye, who's been up twice tonight, has hit the ball to left field both times on flyouts. Swing and a miss here on the first pitch, strike 1. Fold on that 84-mile-an-hour pitch. And that one in there for strike 2. You know, air, it used to be you go to a gas station, Hugh, and you could get air in your tires. Remember that? I went to this gas station. It cost me $2.50 for air. Strike 3 here as Rice swings and misses, and 1 out. I asked my wife when I got in the car, why do you think we have to pay $2.50 for air? And my kid was in the back, my 11-year-old. He goes, "Oh, Dad, I know." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "Inflation." And I said, "Well, we are inflating the tire." I thought, hey, that's a pretty good answer. I think he's listening to us talk. Probably. 2 on 1 out here for the third baseman, Clayton Melbauer. And that one, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Melbauer hits this one foul, strike 2. I'm sitting here looking around the stadium and watching all these kids run around, have fun. They got their Genomes jerseys on, but it's a 75-degree night with a little bit of a breeze. Those Genomes jerseys are keeping them nice and warm. Little chopper down the first base side, foul. Now, the strange thing is, when this game is over and it's empty, do you realize that the stadium gets hot? It's because all the fans leave. That's right, folks. That one was for you. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. That pitch there, check swing, and he didn't go around. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's why the stadium gets so hot after the game, because all the fans leave. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Genomes trailing big here. That one bounces before it gets to the catcher. Both runners take off, and both runners safe. And runners at second and third. And that's what I'm talking about. Let's go with those aggressive base take off. Love it. Oh, he was in there in plenty of time. Love it. And runners. I mean, Gastonia does this for a living. Gastonia pulls a double steal at least twice a game. Every time I've ever called a game, whether it was a Legends game or a Genomes game, Gastonia pulls off the double steal just about every single game, at least twice. Here's the 2-2. Melbauer hits this one to short. Alfonso grabs it, throws to first. It's not going to get him. The runner goes home. 1 run scores, a runner at third, and everybody's safe. The Genomes score a run. Johns makes his way to short after Rosario scores, and Melbauer is safe at first. And the Genomes able to get a run on the board and keep both runners safe as well. And the top of the order coming up in Luke Becker now. The switch inning Becker, batting from the left side here. Runners at first and third, 1 out. First pitch, Becker hits that one, and it sails into the parking lot foul, strike 1. Legends with 2 on, 1 out. And their number 1 hitter on the team at the plate, Luke Becker. 20 home runs on the season, leads the team. And he chops that one foul as well. No balls, 2 strikes. Junior Ragone on the mound. And he's going to turn and fire to first. And it gets away from the first baseman. And Johns comes in to score. And Melbauer goes to second. So that error away from the first baseman, throwing to first, and it was Johns comes in to score. To Morrison, and Melbauer goes to second. Johns to score. So a throwing error by the pitcher on the pickoff allows Johns to score the run. Melbauer goes to second, and it's a 10-3 game now with one out and a runner at second for Becker. And that pitch there misses, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second, 1 out for Becker. And he's going to get rung up on that pitch, strike 3. And that's 2 outs as the 77-mile-an-hour changeup catches him looking. Chris Shaw coming up. Shaw singled his first time up, then drew a walk. After that, he popped out to second base. So 1 for 2 tonight. Chris Davis on deck. Now this is a good time for Shaw to send one over the center field wall. Strike 1 there. About a month ago, I think Chris Shaw was at the plate, and he was facing a guy that was throwing 96, 97 miles an hour. And he took a fastball, I think 96, over the center field wall, 449 feet. Oh, I don't agree with that. My goodness, that was a strike? Gee whiz. 0-2 the count. And Shaw hits this one straight away center, but not deep enough, and that is out number 3. And that will end the inning. Genomes scored 2. They leave 1 stranded. We're headed to the 8th. It's 10-3 Rockers. We'll be back with more Genomes baseball from Lexington, Kentucky right after this. First pitch here to Logan Moore outside, ball one. Robbie Ross on the mound. Ross had a good major league career with the Boston Red Sox. That one fouled out of play. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike here. Thanks for joining us, everybody, for Atlantic League Baseball. Genomes and Rockers. That pitch in there for strike two. These teams are fighting it out for the last wild card spot. The Rockers with a 4.5 game lead coming in here to Lexington today. That one sent to second base, picked up by Rosario and thrown to Shaw, and that's out number one. And Michael Russell will come up. Diogenes Almengo is replaced by Robbie Ross Jr. Russell started off the night hot, hit a single, then a triple, and then struck out his next two times. And it's 0-1. That one misses the outside corner, 1-1. And that one ripped foul. One ball, two strikes. Two balls, two strikes here to Michael Russell. Michael Martinez on deck. Jerry Downs in the hole. That one popped out of play. Here's the 2-2 from Ross. That one chopped foul. And Michael Russell stays in there. And another foul ball by Russell. Count stays 2-2. So anything close to the strike zone, Russell is fouling out of there. And we are about to hit pitch number 8 here. Because a lot of those pitches were inside, and he just pulled them out of there to stay alive. And that one ripped foul. And that one was inside as well. Michael Russell on the season, a .281 hitter, .813 OPS, 7 home runs, 47 RBIs. Here's a 2-2 again from Ross. Right down the middle, strike 3 at 90-mile-an-hour pitch. And there is nothing to argue about there. Michael Russell, you just got struck out, buddy. You hung in there, you fought, you looked good doing it. But there was nothing wrong with that pitch, my man. The middle, strike 3 at 90-mile-an-hour pitch. And he's a good ball player. But obviously a little frustrated with that call, and that happens to everybody, right? 2 outs. And Michael Martinez steps in. Martinez tonight is double to right, single to right, grounded out to second. What am I missing there, Hugh? What did he do his last time up?
The error on first.
Yeah.
Yes.
He reached on the error,
Yes.
and that pitch looked pretty good, but not in there. 2 balls, 1 strike. So he reached on an error. Martinez did his last time up. The Genomes are going to need a lot of light tower power coming up here in the 8th and 9th, folks. That one hit way foul. And 2 balls, 2 strikes now. And the attendance guest is coming up. Robbie Drakeford, looking good as always. Robbie, 2-4. Robbie, 2-4-3-3. I'm going to go 1-8-5-5. 1-8-5-5. Full count here, 3-2 to Martinez. What is it there? Thank you, sir. 1,420 is the official attendance tonight to witness the titanic struggle between the Genomes and the Rockers. Again, official attendance tonight, 1,420. Swing and a miss there, strike 3, as Martinez turned to get out of the way. He started to swing and then had to turn his body away, and that counts as a swing. So he is struck out, and that ends the inning. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Robbie Ross. And we're headed to the bottom of the 8th. It's been all Rockers, 3, and it still is 10-3 Rockers. Headed to the bottom of the 8th. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. Well, if you want light tower power, let's start with Chris Davis. And swing and a miss here, strike 1 to him. Folks, wherever you are, if you're watching the game, whether you're watching on YouTube or if you're listening somewhere, car, your stereo, your radio, wherever you are, if you are drinking, please don't drive. Find a designated driver. The Kentucky Office of Highway Safety would like to remind you to drive sober or get pulled over. Drinking and driving is not a joke. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Davis. New pitcher on the mound for the Rockers there. Two and 1. Davis fouls that one off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cameron Cotter, the new pitcher on the mound, 2.19 ERA for Cotter. It's a good look at him right there. And here's the 2-2. Davis hits it up the middle, picked up by Alfonso, fired to first, and they get him. And that is out number 1 here in the 8th, the bottom half of the 8th. Jimmy Paredes stepping in, the other switch hitter on the team, him and Luke Becker. Paredes jumping in on the left side now. And the first pitch to him, he fouls off. It was 93-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. A week from Sunday is the last game here at Wild Health Field until the 2023 season. If neither of these teams make the playoffs. If neither of the teams make the playoffs, that is it here at Wild Health Field until April of next year. Swing and a miss from Paredes, 1 ball, 2 strikes. They put a lot of money into this field, and you can tell if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can see how beautiful the field always looks every game. That is turf down there. There's no dirt. That one hit straight away center by Paredes, but right to the center fielder, Beniklinski, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. But you can tell there's some Genomes fans here. They made a roar on that hit. They thought they had something from Paredes. But look how beautiful that field is. This field here shared between the Legends and the Genomes this year. This is going to be the only year they share it. The Genomes will find another home when this season is over, rather than just being a travel team, a team that were road warriors and stayed on the road the whole time. The Legend organization opened their doors to them and allowed them to share the stadium so they could at least have a spot to call home. That one fouled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs to Moises Sierra here. And the Genomes, to their credit, have played really well. 62 wins, 60 losses, couple games over 500. For a team in their inaugural season, you can't really shake your finger and wag it at them for not doing a good job. They've played fairly well in their very first season. I mean, they had big shoes to fill. They had to follow the Legends who joined the league last year and won the championship. P.J. Phillips and company, in their first year in the Atlantic League, came in and won the championship, and that's a lot to ask of anybody. That's a tough act to follow. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-0 at the plate. Nobody on, 10-3 score here. And swing and a miss, and the 8th inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Cameron Cotter. We're headed to the 9th. Genomes trailing 10-3. This is Genomes Baseball on the Genomes Baseball Network. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay with us. Jack Weinberger on the mound for the Genomes. There's a look at him there as we begin the top of the 9th inning. First pitch inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, top of the 9th, no outs. Tyler Ladenford with his first trip to the plate. He will step into bat. That pitch was 92 miles an hour from Weinberger. That one right down the middle, strike 1. Fouled off. That one outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Now, I got a question for you, Ashley. If I see somebody stealing a phone at the iPhone store, do I become an eyewitness? Meditate on that one for a little bit, kids. Here's the 2-1 from Weinberger outside. Check swing. Nobody thinks he went around. 3 balls, 1 strike. He said yes. None of them said yes. Nobody made a move. Oh, well, we'll take it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, if he knew, then why did he check with the other umpires? That one fouled out of play. 2 balls, 3 strikes. But we'll just call it 2-2 and give him another shot here. Two balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Ladendorf. Batting .230 on the season, 16 homers, 46 RBIs. Here's the 2-2 from Weinberger. That one, a chopper to short, picked up by Johns, fired to first, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the 9th. Here's the 2-2 from Weinberger. That one, a chopper to short, picked up by Johns. Did you grow up in a neighborhood or a farm or where? Neighborhood. Part of my childhood was on a farm for 2 years.
One of my grandmothers was kind of a farmer.
Okay.
She had a lot of chickens.
Really? A lot of chickens?
Yep.
Logan Morrison at the plate. And that is going to be gone, folks. He got every bit of that pitch, and it is. Solo home run for Logan Morrison on the first pitch he sees from Weinberger, which is a 92-mile-an-hour fastball, and he sends it over the right field wall, and it's 11-3 Rockers. Logan Morrison with a 11-year Major League Baseball career knows how to turn on a fastball, and that goes back to what we were saying earlier. It doesn't matter how hard you throw. These guys can hit fastballs. They hit it very good, like Serrano would say, right? Pedro Serrano. Serrano, I hit fastball very much. Curveball, I know hit so good. Well, Logan Morrison hit fastball very much. 11-3 Rockers. And Xander Wheel steps in, and he's the leader on the team in home runs. First pitch there, strike 1. That was home run number 14 of the year for Logan Morrison. Now, for 2 years, I lived on a farm, and I was like 7 and 8 years old, and we had a lot of chickens like you all did, but this one hit right up the middle by Wheel, and that's a single for him. So 1 out, base hit for the right fielder, Xander Wheel. Here in the top of the 9th. Now, I used to play a lot of sports on the farm, and I'd include some of the animals to be part of the team because there weren't enough kids to play. The only animals that I didn't let play on my team, Ashley, were the pigs because they were ball hogs. Oh, man. You kids can use that at home. Pass ball gets by the catcher, Rye, and Wheel makes his way down to second. No throw. So runner at second, one out for the Rockers here. One ball, no strikes. And that one right over the plate, 1-1 to Lattimore. Quincy Lattimore in a home run earlier in the game, a 3-run shot, also singled to left. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Swing and a miss there. And I've got him as 2 for 4 tonight. I've got him. Was that the fly out to left field? Okay. So he's 2 for 3. He did have a sacrifice fly first time up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He also had a home run, number 19 for the season for him. And strike 3 to Lattimore, and he knew it. 93-mile-an-hour fastball from Weinberger, and that is out number 2. 19 as you watch this pitch here from Weinberger one more time on replay, and he knew it. And strike 3 to Lattimore, and he knew it. Beniklinski, the center fielder, coming up. 2 outs, runner at second. And the first pitch here, a fastball at 92. He fouls it off for strike 1. Looks like it hit his foot maybe. He's trying to walk that off. Now, also on the farm, I made sure if I did tell jokes like I like to tell, I didn't do it near the chicken coop because of all the eggs. If you tell jokes around eggs, it cracks them up. Like these faces in here, folks, I wish you could be here. They are so miserable. And every joke I tell, they look a little sadder. Oh, I feel so bad for them. No, I don't.
You got any apple tree jokes? Because she raised a lot of apples and sold them.
No apple tree jokes. No balls, 1 strike. Klinsky hits this one to right field, deep right field, going back to the warning track is Paredes, and he loses it in the lights.
No, he dropped it somehow.
And Zanderweel comes all the way in to score a Klinsky to second as Paredes lost that ball in the lights. It is so tough to look into these LED lights here that it's not like looking into halogen lights. The old school lights, you could look up and see the ball, and your eyes the vision would correct itself before the ball got to you so you can make the catch. Looking into these LED lights, it is almost impossible for the vision to correct itself before the ball comes down. I mean, try when you're driving home, you see somebody, you swear their brights are on, but it's not. They're LED lights. They're just so much brighter, and they are terrible for blinding people that I can't imagine what it's like out there on the field with a high fly ball that hangs in the sky, and you got to find it through those lights because you're looking up for anything white. Chopper down towards the third base side. Foul. 1-1 here to Giovanni Alfonso. Alfonso tonight grounded out to third, struck out, hit into a double play. Here's the 1-1, 2 outs, runner at second. And it's a 12-3 score here in the 9th inning. Genomes trailing the Rockers. If the Genomes end up losing tonight, they will be 5.5 games out of the wild card race. They are 5.5 back from the Rockers. If they can win the next 2 games, then the Rockers will leave here with a 3.5 game lead in the wild card race, and the Genomes have 7 games remaining. The Rockers have 6. Swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. We're headed to the bottom of the ninth. Genomes trail by 9, folks. Time for those bats to get hot, Genomes. Baseball is in your DNA. Winning is in your blood. It's time to prove it. We'll be back with Genomes Baseball right after this. We're headed. Welcome back to Wild Health Field here in Lexington, Kentucky, folks. I'm Steve Tressler. Olmo Rosario will lead things off here in the bottom of the ninth against the Rockers' Bryce Hensley. And the first pitch here, Rosario rips it right up the middle for a base hit. And that is a single for Rosario, and that's how the bottom of the ninth starts for the Genomes. Can they pull off a miracle here? We're about to find out as the eastbound and down pitcher, Bryce Hensley, on the bump. Gavin Johns coming up. He steps in. He is .307 hitting on the season, 1 homer, 27 RBIs. And he rips that one into right field for another base hit. And just like that, 2 pitches and 2 base runners for the Genomes here. In the bottom of the ninth, they're showing some life here. 7 RBIs. And he rips that one into right field for another base hit. Not the start you want if you're Bryce Hensley. Hensley, born in Asheville, North Carolina, drafted by the Kansas City Royals in the 22nd round. Played at UNC Greensboro for college. That pitch outside, ball 1 here to Austin Rye, the catcher. That pitch Rye hits to the shortstop. They turn 2, and they get the double play, and there's 2 outs. Bryce Hensley kind of resembles Danny McBride, who played Kenny Powers on the Eastbound and Down series. Doesn't he look like him? Hey, Will, doesn't the pitcher look like Kenny McBride that played Kenny Powers or Danny McBride from Eastbound and Down? Is he? He seems like he'd be a good guy, kind of funny. That pitch outside. One ball, no strikes. 1 on 2 outs. And that one fouled off, 1-1. One ball, one strike. 2 outs, runner at third. Clayton Melbauer at the plate. That one down the middle and missing low, 2-1. So, see, I was not wrong when I said the eastbound and down Bryce Hensley, who used to be a Lexington legend, because he does look like Danny McBride. Strike 2. And Will Painter said he's funny. He's a lot like Danny McBride in real life. The resemblance is uncanny, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big lead here for the Rockers. Genomes down to their last strike. And Melbauer stays alive as he fouls that one off. I want to make sure I thank everybody for watching tonight on YouTube, and also wherever you are watching or listening, no matter where you are, we appreciate you tuning in to Genomes and Rockers baseball here from Lexington, Kentucky's Wild Health Field. Full count here, 2 outs, runner at third for the Genomes. It's been all Rockers, folks, since the game started. They scored the first 4 innings of the game, 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 3 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And then they have not looked back. Chopper to second base. This should do it. Picked up, fired to first, and that'll end the game. Rockers 12-3 win here. Rockers 12 runs, 18 hits, 1 error. Genomes 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. And the Rockers win game 1 of the series. Genomes have now lost 4 in a row in the midst of a wild card race, and they're hoping to turn things around tomorrow. 6:35 first pitch. You'll have a guest announcer tomorrow night, so be sure to tune in for that Rockers Genomes game tomorrow night. I'll be back Sunday at 2 to bring you the rubber match. Hopefully it'll be the rubber match and not the Rockers trying for a sweep of the Genomes, but we'll see. Will Painter was our public address announcer. DJ Picasso was the DJ, a.k.a. Will Painter. Logan Weiler was on the video board. Alex Steigers was our technical director. Hugh Davis was the official scorer. The Major League Baseball stringer tonight was Ashley Grigsby. I am Steve Tressler. Genomes dropped this one tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow. That's all for this time. Until next time, have a great time, everybody. Good night. Be careful going home, and go Genomes.